Saul Canelo Alvarez versus John Ryder, the prediction. Knuckleheads, it goes down this Saturday, May 6th, from Estadio Akron in Guadalajara, Mexico. And the king is coming home. That's what they've appropriately billed this card. That's what they've appropriately billed this entire event, because Saul Canelo Alvarez is returning to his hometown and he's going to be putting on a showcase. And if you ask me, that's exactly what this is, because the king of cinnamon itself is a minus 1,600 favorite going into this fight against John Ryder. And there's a reason for that, right? Because he's the man and he's coming home. But not just that. Obviously, Saul Canelo Alvarez is a fantastic fighter and he deserves to be a minus 1,600 favorite in this fight. Now, that's not to throw any shade at John Ryder, who's a really good fighter. You know, he's the current WBO interim super middleweight champion. You know, he's done his thing. He's had a long career where he's fought a lot of tough guys, but his most notable win is a split decision win over Danny Jacobs. So is he going to have the artillery necessary to beat a Saul Canelo Alvarez? In my opinion, he's just not going to have it. Listen, even in that Jacobs fight, Jacobs was sort of on the way out. That's not the same Danny Jacobs that we saw against Triple G. That's not even the same Danny Jacobs we saw against Canelo Alvarez. Danny Jacobs has been on the backslide in the twilight of his career for quite a long time, and that's the guy that John Ryder beat. And that's not to say that John Ryder isn't capable, right? And, you know, anything can happen in a boxing fight. We talk about the clip clause all the time. That's your way out of any sort of boxing odds where you're at a disadvantage. You can clip someone and it's over, and there's always the potential of that happening in a fist fight. But I just don't see John Ryder having anything for Canelo Alvarez. From what I've seen in Canelo Alvarez's fights, is the only way to beat Canelo Alvarez is to be a very good boxer and to be able to outlast and outwork him. And we saw that in the beginning of his career against Floyd Money Mayweather, when Canelo Alvarez was still kind of a baby, getting his feet wet, wasn't anywhere near the fighter he is now. We saw it, at least in my opinion, in the Triple G fights, the first couple. I actually thought Triple G won that first one just because he outworked Canelo. The second one was a toss-up to me. And we saw it in the Dimitri Bivol fight, a guy who's very capable, very athletic, very fast, and has a whole lot of stamina, and of course was much bigger than Canelo. That's why he was able to get it done against Canelo, right? So you got to be a real special athlete a la Dimitri Bivol to be able to beat a Canelo Alvarez, and I just don't see that from John Ryder. What I see in John Ryder, the gorilla, is a very tough guy who likes to get in, likes to fight a little bit dirty on the inside. I'm not saying he's a dirty fighter, but he likes to make it ugly, likes to make it dirty. And that's going to be his best chance against Canelo Alvarez. Maybe getting in on the inside, banging on him a bit, maybe landing something hard. But I just don't see him outlasting or out-athleting or outboxing Canelo Alvarez in any way. If you ask me, this fight ends somewhere between the 8th and the 12th round, just because I think John Ryder is a durable, tough guy. I'd also like to say that in making this prediction, I considered the fact that John Ryder lost a split decision. I believe it was a split decision. Could be wrong there. Against Rocky Fielding, a guy that Canelo Alvarez just absolutely went through like a hot knife through butter. So I just don't see a way really for John Ryder to win this fight unless a lucky shot lands. Now, I'm assuming that after watching Dimitri Bivol beat Canelo Alvarez, perhaps his strategy has sort of been adjusted to that of, hey, maybe I can outwork Canelo. Maybe I can out-cardio Canelo. I think that probably is the right strategy for a guy like John Ryder, who's not really known for one-punch knockout power. So he's probably got the right game plan. I just don't think he has the ability to beat the grand champion, El Gran Campeón, Canelo Alvarez. So that's my prediction. A stoppage between the 8th and the 12th round for Canelo Alvarez. Whatever happens, though, we're going to be tuning in. It's going to be an exciting card. And we're going to go live. We're going to go live Saturday immediately after the card to discuss this with you guys. Hey, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who do you think wins this fight and how? After you do that, be sure to subscribe and join the channel and get your Fighters Rep merchandise in the link below. That will help us continue to build the channel and continue to cover the fantastic sport of boxing. I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say. We'll see you guys soon.